Hey there, Taurus. This is going to be your monthly tarot guidance reading for February 2017. And this is for Tauruses who are of the sun and moon and rising sign. All right, so I've already pre-shuffled the cards just to not take up too much of the time of the video, okay? I know some people like to see you shuffle the cards, but I'm just for this month, not to take up too much time, I will already have the cards shuffled, all right? So let's go ahead and start, Taurus. So where you are currently in the month of February, you have the Queen of Swords. With the Queen of Swords, this tells me that you are coming into a place of decisiveness, wisdom. Like you know exactly what it is that you want. You're standing on that. Like, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. This is how I see it. This is what I believe in. So it's like you're standing on your throne of truth. What's true for me? What I decide for me. That's the energy that I feel that you're coming into. The energy that you're in, the challenge and the lesson this month, you have the moon card. So with the moon as your challenge and your lesson, it's going to be mindful of seeing what is and what isn't, okay? Some things are not going to be revealed to you on the surface. Some things you can only find within yourself. So it's going to be a challenge for you because you're just now coming into this energy of standing in your own truth and believing in what you believe in, not so much of what others' influences are, what it is on the outside versus what you feel intuitively. This is trusting in your own intuitive nudges and messages. You know, not taking just what you see on the surface as truth, but going a little bit deeper in that. This could be how you're seeing other people. Some things may not be totally revealed to you. Someone may not be showing you all of their hands. So it's like you have to trust your intuitive nudges over someone else's messages. And if it doesn't feel right, trust that. If it doesn't sound right, trust that. If it feels right, of course, go with that. If it sounds right to you, then go with that. You're moving into the Queen of Swords, but it's difficult moving into this new energy because it's like, I don't know if this is what is what. It's a little bit of fear here, doubt within yourself because it's like, I don't have all of the answers or I can't see everything on the table. So how can I fully trust it? But you're in a powerful position as the Queen of Swords to stand in your truth and where you are. Where your focus needs to be, which is going to be actually of your highest benefit, you have the King of Swords. So your focus needs to be a level up of this is what it is for me. No matter what someone else says to me or what it might look like, as long as it's true for me. And Spirit is saying be careful with that, not to do it in a way that is irrational, manipulative, just not to be overbearing with your beliefs and to the point where you could misguide yourself or hurt someone in some way. Be very mindful. Stand in your truth and stand in your power, but be mindful of how you're doing it. Okay? The past that you're moving from is the World card. So you're moving from a past of endings and completions. Like many different things have concluded themselves in your life, whether it's last month of January or whether it's the past months or years, something has come full circle in your life. And that's why you're starting to stand in your truth. It's like everything is making more sense to me. It's more clearer. This is where I stand. This is what I want. These things had to happen. These things had to be. For me, it's like it's like the Olympics. It's like you've had to go through different like a relay, a race. Like you've had to go through different levels of the race. You've learned many different things, and now it's like you're done with the race. Everything has concluded itself. You know where you stand. And it's like a sense of, in his sense, it's like you're waiting for Spirit to reward you or for something to come of all of this. Like something has to come of this, manifest itself. Okay. Um, your biggest strength this month is going to be the Knight of Pentacles. So your biggest strength is going to be actually in your element, which is the earth sign here, is having patience with yourself. I'm getting, take your time. Don't rush this process. Don't rush this phase of your life this month. Take it one step at a time. Be practical with this. Even though you have a lot of air energy, take your time. Don't push too far ahead, because you're not going to miss the mark. Everything is as it should be. The possible, or actually, sorry, the energy that you're moving into, you have the Hierophant, which is the Taurus card in the tarot, which is all about values and spirituality, structure, spiritual advisors, spiritual authorities, morals, belief systems. I'm getting that you're moving into a space of your truth, your ultimate truth. That's why it's like you're not wavering in that at all. You have the King and the Queen of Swords. You're not wavering in this truth at all, whatever it is. It could include some type of justice system. It could include an air sign that's involved with this situation for some of you. So it's like standing in your power and standing in your truth of what you believe in ultimately. Like, this is what it is for me. For the suggested approach for you, you have the Two of Swords. Your suggested approach is to look at things from both sides. Look at things on the surface, but also look at them from the inside. Don't just take one end of it and say that's all it is. So my spirit is telling you to be mindful of what you're believing in. Also with the Moon card, see things beyond the surface and see things beyond just the spiritual. It goes hand in hand. You have to find balance between the two, because you don't want to deceive yourself. So in order to not deceive yourself, look at what you're getting on the physical. Does it match what's on the spiritual? Does the spiritual match what's on the physical? It's not always going to go hand in hand completely, if that makes sense. Like, for example, you have this job that's just so difficult, but then, your intuition is telling you to stick it out. Well, it's like, well, how can I stay with this job if I'm miserable here? I don't like the environment. My boss is hard on me. I don't really want to be here anymore, but, I'm getting the guidance to stay. So you can't really see why it is, but something comes from that. Maybe they're going to move you towards a better position or a different department or something, and that's much better for you. You never know how it works. So it's just like, that's how it goes hand in hand, if that makes sense. The energy you're not aware of is the Six of Cups. So the energy that you're not really aware of is that there's spirit is wanting you to make a comparison with your past, with the things that you've concluded in your life, you've let go of, or you moved out of, or moved away from, to use that as a contrast for what your future holds. Okay? Whether it's, this is what I would like to bring to my future, or this is what I would like to leave behind. And instead of that, I would like to create something different from, it's a contrast between the past and the future. Because it's like the past comes up for you to fill it out of the things that you don't want to take with you, and the things that you want to bring with you or move ahead, or what you would like to create. So the past is to show you either what you want or what you don't want, or both, to help you move towards a better future, is what I'm getting. Your biggest hope and your biggest fear is the Lover's card. So there is something in the matters of the heart that's here. I don't want to make the same mistakes in love. I don't want to fall victim to this person. And I'm getting that you're dealing with someone because there's the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. So you might be dealing with, it's a possibility that you're dealing with an air sign. And you feel like you don't know everything, or, it feels this way on the inside, but then on the outside, it's not that. Again, Spirit is telling you to look at things from both angles, spiritual and the material, meet in the middle between those things. But you're fearing that you're making a fool out of yourself, and whether it's a romantic relationship or not, it could be a job, it could be a home, moving, something that you're being called towards, and you're in fear of it because of a past situation, which is why Spirit is telling you to look. You're not aware that these fears or these feelings that you're having of fear moving towards the future comes from needing to look at your past as a contrast of what you want and what you don't want. Okay. Your biggest hope is that you're going to make the ultimate right decision. Like, this is the divine path for me. This is the divine partner for me. This is the divine job for me. The divine city for me. Home, car, whatever it is, lawyer. It could be anything for me, that I will not make the wrong decision because you're already standing in your truth of what you want. So what's true for you. So Spirit is telling you to go with that. Trust in that. You have angelic guidance behind you. And again, this is the air sign energy. The Lovers is Gemini. So again, you're dealing with someone, whether it's like I said, the justice system, the justice system, lawyers, some type of documents, something of importance, or a air sign person is involved with all of this. So the possible outcome you have is the Two of Pentacles. So the possible outcome is going to be finding that balance between the spiritual and material. It's like you're going to get there. Like, you're going to be able to juggle the two, see both sides and not just one way or struggle with the other. It's like you're going to be able to meet in the middle where it works out for you. Balance is coming to you. All right, Taurus, so that was your reading for February 2017. I do hope that this reading will be helpful and it brings you clarity. And as always, I send you lots of love and lots of light. If you would like your own personal reading with me, you can visit my website at waluchildreadings.com. Much love to you guys.